Could your simple bedtime routine be quietly ruining your health one bathroom trip at a time? It may seem harmless, a late-night cup of tea or a quick visit to the restroom just in case, but if you're waking up 2, 3, even 5 times every night to urinate, that's not aging, that's a warning. And it's not just stealing your sleep. Studies now link it to memory loss, weakened immunity, and even fall risks. In this video, I'll show you 5 everyday habits that may be secretly triggering your nighttime trips and how to stop them starting tonight. Just small changes, but they could help you sleep through the night, wake up stronger, and even add years of vitality. Before we begin, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from and what time is it right now? Or just type hope in the comments if you're ready for better nights. If you find this helpful, hit subscribe to catch more simple health tips for your well-being. Now, in the next 30 seconds, you'll learn the number 1 habit that might be keeping you up without you even realizing it. Stay with me. For years, Margaret was waking up 4, sometimes 5 times a night just to use the bathroom. She tried everything, cutting back on water, taking over-the-counter pills, even thinking about surgery. One night she said to me, "I feel like I'm a prisoner of my own bladder." That line stuck with me. But what shocked her most wasn't her age. It was a simple habit. She never thought twice about sipping chamomile tea before bed and having a small bowl of soup with dinner. Harmless, right? Turns out those cozy bedtime comforts were flooding her system with liquid right before sleep. Her kidneys had no choice but to keep working, and that meant constant trips to the bathroom. When Margaret set a liquid curfew, no drinks or watery foods after 6 p.m., everything changed. Within 2 weeks, she went from 5 bathroom visits down to just 1, and some nights, none at all. "I sleep like I'm 50 again," she laughed. "Even my grandkids are surprised at how much energy I have." Small shift, big difference. And in just a moment, I'll show you exactly how you can do it too without giving up comfort. Stay with me. Habit number 1 might sound simple, but it's one of the biggest reasons older adults wake up multiple times at night. And that habit is drinking liquids too close to bedtime. Now I know what you're thinking. Of course I avoid water before bed. But here's the thing. It's not just about water, it's about soup, fruit, herbal tea, even some medications. Margaret, who we talked about earlier, thought she was being careful. She cut out water after dinner, but every night she still had a warm bowl of soup and a calming cup of chamomile tea. To her, it was comfort, something that made her evening feel complete. But it was also the very reason she kept waking up 4, sometimes 5 times a night. Her kidneys were still hard at work while her body was trying to sleep, and her poor bladder. It was getting filled up right when she wanted rest. That's the part no one talks about. As we get older, the body processes fluids differently. It doesn't slow down the way it used to. So even a small amount of liquid before bed can send you walking down the hallway at 2 a.m. half asleep, just trying not to trip over the rug. And over time, this lack of rest wears you down, not just physically, but emotionally. You feel tired before the day even begins. You say no to plans. You skip the morning walk. All because your body never got the deep healing sleep it needed. The good news, there's a gentle, natural way to fix it, one that doesn't involve pills or procedures. Start by setting what I call a liquid curfew. About 3 hours before your normal bedtime, stop drinking anything, not just water. That includes broth, herbal teas, juice, and especially fruits with high water content, like watermelon or oranges. If you usually go to bed at 9 p.m., your cutoff time should be around 6. Yes, it might feel a little strange at first, but your body will thank you. And if you're worried about getting thirsty or taking medications later in the evening, keep a small cup of water by the bed. Only take sips if you truly need them. Margaret made that one change, and just 2 weeks later, she told me I slept through the whole night. I hadn't done that in years. Her energy came back. She started walking more. Her eyes looked brighter. And most of all, she felt free again. So if you've been struggling with waking up at night, this might be your first gentle step toward better sleep. What about you? Do you usually have tea or soup in the evening? Let me know in the comments or just type hope if you're ready to take back your nights. In a moment, I'll show you another surprising habit that may be secretly training your body to wake up even when it doesn't need to. Don't miss it. The second habit that might be stealing your sleep is eating too late and choosing the wrong kinds of food. Now I know this one hits close to home for many of us. A warm dinner at 8 o'clock, a light snack before bed, maybe a cup of tea and a little something sweet to wind down. It feels comforting, familiar, but it may be doing more harm than you think. I remember talking with Robert, a 68-year-old retired postal worker from Tampa, Florida. Every night like clockwork, he'd have his usual late dinner around 8:30 and sometimes even a snack at 9:30. His favorite Ace salad with cucumbers and tomatoes, a bit of parsley and a mug of green tea. He said it helped him digest better. But the truth, he was waking up like clockwork too at 1 a.m., 3:30, and then again just before sunrise. He told me I thought this was just part of aging, but I felt like a zombie during the day. I wasn't myself. What Robert didn't know, and what many people don't, is that certain foods naturally act like diuretics. That means they tell your body to get rid of water. Cucumber, tomato, celery, even chocolate and green tea. They seem healthy and they are, but not at night, especially not within a few hours of lying down. You see, when you eat late, and especially when you eat these types of foods, your bladder doesn't get to rest. Instead, your body goes into flush mode, just when you want to relax. That's why you wake up sometimes urgently, sometimes more than once. Your body's doing exactly what you unknowingly asked it to do. And that broken sleep takes a toll. It messes with your memory, your balance, even your mood. You may feel groggy, less steady on your feet, or just not fully there the next morning. Over time, that adds up. And no one wants to start the day already feeling behind. But here's the good news. You don't need to give up your favorite foods forever. You just need to time them better. Try eating dinner earlier, somewhere between 5:30 and 6:30 p.m. And if you enjoy fresh veggies or herbal teas, have them at lunchtime instead. Choose evening meals that are gentle on your system, like sweet potatoes, steamed carrots, or lean proteins. These help you sleep without overworking your bladder. That's what Robert did. Just 2 small changes: dinner earlier and no more cucumbers or tea after 4 p.m. Within 10 days, he was waking up only once per night, and by the 3rd week, he slept through the night for the first time in years. He told me I feel 10 years younger. I eat better, I sleep better, and my wife says I'm finally smiling again. Now I know change can feel uncomfortable, but ask yourself, this is a late night snack, really worth a broken night of sleep? If you've tried this shift or you're thinking about it, I'd love to hear from you. Type the word hope in the comments if you're ready to make this small but powerful change. In the next part, I'll reveal one bedtime habit that most people think is helpful, but it might actually be training your bladder to wake you up. You won't want to miss it. Habit number 3 might surprise you. It's going to the bathroom just in case, even when you don't really feel the urge. Now that might sound harmless, maybe even smart. I mean, how many times have we told ourselves, better go now so I don't have to later? It feels like common sense. But over time, this habit can quietly backfire and actually make your bladder more sensitive at night. Let me tell you about Dorothy. She's 74, a widow from Seattle. Every night just before bed, she'd go to the bathroom even if she didn't really need to. She called it her safety trip. I didn't want to risk waking up soaked or scrambling in the dark, she said. But the thing was, even with her careful routine, she was still waking up every 2 or 3 hours. What Dorothy didn't know was that her body had learned to expect it. When you keep emptying your bladder before it's truly full, you're teaching it to shrink its tolerance. And just like a muscle, the bladder remembers what it's told. So over time, it starts sending urgent signals, even when there's barely anything inside. That's how many older adults end up stuck in this frustrating cycle, tired, annoyed, and still not sleeping through the night. It's not about age, it's about habits. And thankfully, this is one we can gently unlearn. Instead of going just in case, try waiting for a real urge, a clear, steady feeling that says, it's time. If you feel a bit nervous about skipping that extra trip, that's completely normal. In those moments, try sitting quietly with a book or listening to soft music. Give it 15 or 20 minutes. Most of the time, you'll find the urge fades because it wasn't real in the first place. It was just worry dressed up as a need. That's exactly what Dorothy did. She started retraining her bladder little by little. Some nights were easier than others. But after a few weeks, she said, "I can sleep 5, sometimes 6 hours straight now." I didn't think that was possible anymore. Her face lit up when she told me that. She looked lighter, more at ease, and she said something I'll never forget. "I finally feel like my body is working with me, not against me." If you've been doing this just in case trip before bed, you're not alone. But you don't have to keep doing it. This one small change can bring your nights back gently and naturally. What about you? Have you ever felt like your bladder is running the show? If so, drop the word hope in the comments and let's take back that control together. Up next, we'll talk about something even more surprising: the position you sleep in. It might be putting pressure on your bladder all night long without you even knowing. Stay with me. The fourth habit you might not expect is how you sleep. Not how long, not whether you snore, but the actual position your body rests in. Because believe it or not, the way you sleep at night could be putting gentle but constant pressure on your bladder and making you wake up more often than you need to. Let me tell you about Frank. He's 71, a proud Army veteran from Denver, Colorado. He spent over 30 years sleeping on his stomach. It was how he learned to rest during deployments, even in noisy barracks. He told me, "It's the only way I've ever been able to fall asleep." But over the past few years, he found himself waking up 2, sometimes 3 times a night to go to the bathroom. He figured it was his age, or maybe his prostate. But then one day during a conversation just like this one, I gently asked him about his sleeping position. And that opened the door to something he never considered. When we sleep on our stomachs or even on our backs with no proper support, we can unknowingly push against the bladder. Or worse, let fluid pool in the wrong areas. Over time, this creates more pressure, more urgency, and more nighttime trips to the bathroom. It's not something your doctor usually mentions, but science is catching up. Your sleep posture affects everything from circulation to how your body filters fluids overnight. When your spine is misaligned or your legs aren't properly supported, your kidneys and bladder have to deal with extra strain right when your body should be resting and repairing. But don't worry, there's a gentle fix and it doesn't cost a thing. Try sleeping on your left side. It helps circulation, eases pressure on the bladder, and supports digestion too. Place a medium firm pillow between your knees to keep your hips and spine in line. Make sure your head pillow isn't too high or too flat. Your neck should feel level, not bent. And if you're used to sleeping on your stomach like Frank tried turning halfway at first, use a second pillow behind your back to stop yourself from rolling over. Small steps make a big difference. Frank gave it a try, slowly, night by night. 2 weeks later, he told me, "I can't believe it. I'm sleeping 5 hours straight. No bathroom run, no backache." He even joked that his wife was sleeping better too, no more tossing and turning. So if you've been waking up more than you'd like, take a moment to think about how you're sleeping, not just when. If you've tried adjusting your sleep position or want to type the word hope in the comments, I'd love to know how it goes for you. Up next, we'll explore something most people overlook completely: the temperature in your bedroom and how it quietly controls how often you pee at night. You'll want to hear this. ChatGPT John Noy. The fifth habit might surprise you. It has nothing to do with what you drink or eat, but with how warm your bedroom is and what you wear to bed. Most folks think keeping cozy at night is a good thing, and in many ways it is. But if your room is too warm, or if you're bundling up with heavy pajamas and thick blankets, your body might be struggling to stay balanced without you even knowing it. I remember Eleanor, a retired teacher from Miami. She was 69, full of life, but always tired in the mornings. She told me I wake up sweaty and needing to pee 3, sometimes 4 times a night. I thought it was just hormones or getting older, but the truth was in her room. The air conditioner stayed off. She slept in thick flannel pajamas, even in the Florida heat, because she liked the weight. But what felt comforting was actually making her nights harder than they needed to be. Here's what happens. Your body naturally cools down a bit at night. That drop in temperature sends a message: time to rest, time to repair. But if your room stays too warm or your pajamas trap heat, that message gets blocked. Your body struggles to regulate itself. One result: it tells your kidneys to get to work making more urine right when you should be sleeping. That's why some people wake up soaked in sweat and needing the bathroom. It's not a bladder problem, it's a temperature problem. And the good news, it's one of the easiest things to fix. Start by setting your bedroom temperature between 64 and 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Use a fan or air conditioning, or simply crack a window if the weather allows. Trade those thick pajamas for light cotton or bamboo fabric, something breathable and soft. Even the sheets matter. Go for natural materials that help your body release heat instead of trapping it. Eleanor gave it a try. She turned on her ceiling fan, switched to cotton pajamas, and used a light blanket. Within a week, she went from waking up 4 times a night to just once. She said, "I didn't know something so simple could change my whole day. I feel younger, brighter. Even my joints feel less stiff in the morning." You don't need fancy equipment or expensive gadgets. Just a few thoughtful changes, and your body will do the rest. Let it rest. Let it heal. Have you noticed you sleep better when your room is cooler? Or are you someone who likes to bundle up no matter the weather? Type the word HOPE in the comments if you're ready to give your body the restful night it deserves. And in just a moment, I'll show you how to put all 5 habits together into a simple nighttime routine that's gentle, natural, and can help you wake up refreshed starting tonight. Let's wrap this up together. Now let's step back for a moment, because this isn't just about getting up to pee. No, what we're really talking about is freedom. That might sound dramatic, but let me explain. When you have to wake up 3, 4, even 5 times a night, it doesn't just break your sleep, it chips away at your confidence. You start planning your evenings around your bladder. You say no to family dinners, skip late movies, and hesitate before visiting friends just in case the urge hits. I once sat with Mr. Harold, 76, at his daughter's backyard barbecue. He smiled at the grandkids running around, but I could see the tension in his eyes. Later, he admitted he skipped his afternoon iced tea, and still he was too nervous to stay past sunset. He told me, "I don't feel like I'm in charge of my day anymore. My bladder runs the show." And that's the part that really hits home for many older adults. It's not just about missing sleep, it's the slow loss of independence. The way you start adjusting your life step by step without even realizing you're giving up little freedoms. But here's the powerful truth: when you take back your nights, you take back your mornings, your energy returns. You stop feeling like a passenger and start steering again. Because when you wake up rested with 5 or 6 solid hours behind you, everything feels lighter. Your joints move easier. Your mood lifts. You feel more like you again. And the best part, this kind of change doesn't require expensive treatments or a cabinet full of pills. It begins with small, thoughtful habits: a cooler room, an earlier dinner, listening to your body's real signals instead of playing defense all night long. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight, but you can give yourself one small win today. Maybe tonight you turn down the thermostat just a little, or maybe you skip that extra tea and tuck in with lighter pajamas. Whatever step feels right, take it. You deserve the kind of sleep that leaves you feeling alive the next day, not just surviving it. And if this message speaks to you, if you've ever felt like your freedom was quietly slipping away, leave me a note in the comments or just type the word HOPE, because hope is where change begins. In just a minute, I'll walk you through how to gently tie all 5 of these habits together into one simple nighttime routine that brings it all home. Let's finish strong. Have you ever gone through something like Margaret Robert or Dorothy? If so, I'd love to hear your story, or just type the word HOPE in the comments if you're ready to improve your sleep and feel like yourself again. Before we say goodbye, I hope this time we've shared reminded you of one simple truth. Better sleep isn't just about fewer bathroom trips. It's about reclaiming your energy, your clarity, and your quiet sense of control. If something in this video spoke to you, even just one small idea, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and tell me what stood out most to you. Or simply type the word HOPE if you're ready to begin sleeping through the night again. And if you found this helpful, please hit subscribe, tap the little bell so you never miss a gentle health tip, and share this video with someone you care about. May tonight bring you stillness, and may tomorrow greet you with strength. Take good care of yourself. You're never too old to feel rested, refreshed, and deeply alive.